So how does it feel?
To be a winner, descended from heaven. Give me a D, an A, a Y, a T, an O, and an A. USA.
God, you know,
it's so crazy. It reminds me of when Nintendo let them get away with like the DK rap.
Yeah.
They probably couldn't believe what they were getting away with.
This one's a banger though. Like the DK rap's funny. This one's just good.
I know.
This game has the best intro.
I didn't know before I got it.
It just hit you like a ton of bricks.
I know.
I know you just sent me a message on Steam with a link to this intro, and you're like, I didn't know. I didn't
know what the hell was going on. I bought this. I imported this. This is the Japanese Daytona USA Circuit Edition. It's completely in English, though.
Yeah.
So I don't understand why, but...
Because America.
Yeah.
You could say that they're cruising USA.
Yeah. I have that. I have Cruising World.
Oh, yeah.
But the Cruising series is actually a very strange series of racing games because it has controls that don't make any sense.
Yeah, I know.
Like it has controls where you turn on a dime and it doesn't have physics.
Yeah.
Somehow they have a racing game without physics.
It has like constant boosting too.
Yeah.
You're just boosting all the time. This one's actually like Daytona's actually really stiff.
Yeah,
like it's got some realistic sort of gas manipulation, and brake manipulation.
You gotta kind of play with the gas and the brake in order to drift. It's a little bit to chew on. These were the days, when like real companies would lend their name to just random Japanese developers.
I know.
And they would just go crazy.
Yeah.
Like nowadays, it feels like a NASCAR game by EA feels like a product of NASCAR.
I know.
There's nothing funny going on. There's no funny business.
Yeah. But in reality, they like in an alternate universe that have Platinum doing them. Like
God, imagine
Platinum NASCAR racing.
Yeah, Daytona USA. The next Daytona USA Next or Daytona USA X or whatever.
Yeah.
Should be by Platinum.
Daytona USA Series S.
Yeah, that's a great name. People will understand that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just go straight up arcade. And I'm going to go with the basic car. with automatic transmission.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, start your
Vroom.
I wonder what Japanese kids thought of that. Gentlemen, start your engines.
I thought it was so cool. They didn't understand what gentleman meant, but holy shit.
This is so cool. Man, look at all this English.
Yeah.
Everything's in English. Cool.
I'm gonna have to do my reps now.
Yeah, you notice that I was showing you the box for this game, and the box is entirely Japanese.
Yeah.
Everything, it's literally all Japanese. You can't read any of it, and then the game is just pure English.
Yeah. It is kind of weird. Like, you'd think there'd be some... Like, the names would at least be in Japanese.
Yeah.
The names of tracks and shit, but...
The options are in English, too.
Yeah.
The things you'd need to understand if you were Japanese.
I guess just figure it out. Do your reps.
Yeah.
Get good.
Yeah.
That rolling start intro is iconic too.
Wow.
It's like you pick a track where you have a rolling start, and the song that plays is about the fact that it's rolling start.
I can't remember if I actually played that song at the beginning of this because we were messing around with the settings yesterday.
Oh no, I played it.
Oh, okay, I didn't hear it, but look at that drift I just did.
Yeah.
It's not like
Yeah,
it doesn't do it on its own. You have
Uh-huh.
to when you do it, it's satisfying. It doesn't like do it itself.
I guess that's why people like this game. It's got a good, it's got a good skill ceiling for an arcade racer.
It's also at 60 frames.
These Sega
On the Saturn.
racers just have so much soul.
I know.
Like I don't know why. Like there are a million games like this, but these are the ones that end up in the public conscience,
Yeah, I know.
in public consciousness.
Woo. That bastard bumping me.
What mode is this? Just like
I don't remember if this is. No, this is endurance. This is 40 laps.
Oh
So
wow.
this is an interesting demo of what endurance mode is.
Yeah.
No, 20 laps. Sorry, I got it wrong. We're doing 20 laps on this course in endurance. Yeah. So you can play Grand Prix, endurance, or normal. This is endurance. It just gives you a bunch of laps to play.
Hmm. Oh, Sonic's in that mountain.
Is he?
Yeah.
Where? I didn't know.
Is Mount SonicMore.
Is he there?
You just passed. Well, you passed it, but I was trying to figure out what that was. Like the HUD would always cover it up, and I wouldn't notice what it was. It's Sonic.
Oh, okay, yeah. I see it now.
It's that fast hedgehog
That wasn't really on the Saturn.
who has his own racing game where he just runs.
Yeah. We somehow had a Sega console without Sonic.
Yeah, God. Oh, it
Oh,
kills
did you
me.
see that?
Yeah,
Holy crap. Except for that little bump at the end. That was so cool.
yeah.
God dang. Look at these clowns.
Now, if this was made like 5 years later, there'd be the narrator would commend you for making moves like that. Be like, nice job. It already goes like
You're burning up the tires.
burn out the tires. Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes me wonder if you can actually burn out the tires.
Well, there's pit stops, so maybe.
Yeah.
I know you could do it in Virtua Racing. In Virtua Racing, you could wear out the tires so bad that they would hardly work.
Oh, cool.
You would lose all your grip and all that.
Well, there's
Might be. I mean, this is still Sega.
yeah.
This is only a few years after Virtua Racing. Look how different it looks.
I know it's good. Kicks the shit out of Virtual Racing, even though Virtual Racing got its own style.
Yeah, this
That's
Virtua Racing is
just
really
amazing.
cool, though. Yeah.
Yeah. Virtual Racing, they just like they just said screw it, no textures.
Mm-hmm.
No textures allowed.
He's trying to pit maneuver me.
Ah,
He's trying to arrest me.
ah.
I just tried to make those stop, but the slot machines. The slots in this, if you press X, you can actually play the slots as you go by.
Oh,
Remember
yeah,
that?
yeah.
And I just tried to play it, and I didn't get 777. But
What happens when you get 777?
I think if you're playing time attack, it gets some time off your clock. But I don't know what
Okay.
happens when you're actually racing other people.
So that's necessary if you're actually doing time attack, then.
Perhaps, unless there's some category where there's like no slot, like category. I mean, online,
Uh-huh.
like not like in-game time.
It's funny how you can kind of do it while driving, just like woo, snipe the
Yeah,
slot machine.
it's kind of interesting that the button to do it. Oh my
Whoa,
god, no,
crap.
shit.
Oh my god, you got totally wrecked.
Shit. I'm gonna try to go with a pit stop. Maybe I need it though. I don't know. We're gonna find out.
Oh, that's a write-off.
I don't
Holy
know,
crap.
man. I wasn't predicting that. Just nicked the wall going really fast, I guess. Yeah, the button to play the slots is X button, and that's also the button to zoom out.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like you're zooming out to look at the slots while you do it.
Oh.
So I
Huh.
wonder if like they did it that way because they knew playtesters were pressing X to zoom out at that moment to look at the slots. You know what I mean? To see, and then they made it so it stops. I
Oh,
wonder if that's how they figured it out.
possibly,
Because
yeah.
it's this button, so you to zoom out
Uh-huh.
to stop it.
Weird.
Still seem to be doing pretty good. I guess we don't need. A.
Yeah,
Pit stop.
I guess we don't need like a roof that's flat.
Yeah, these cars here, you can't play as these. These are like NPC cars. Like I don't recognize a lot of them.
In theory, being crumpled like this should reduce your like
Yeah.
aerodynamic
Yeah, you would.
flow.
You'd be having a problem, I think. And also, you're mechanically. I mean, you crunched up. If you crunch the body like that, something's wrong on the inside. I'm sure.
Oh yeah. Unless it's a Toyota.
Feels. I got a little bit of a chill up my spine doing that. I got a little bit of a tingle
Ooh.
from that one.
That's the Sega tingle.
Yeah. We're almost first. See, there's 40 cars, so we're actually lapping a lot of people. So those people are actually really far behind that we're passing now. I got second. Dang it.
You know, I like the Saturn, the machine itself, but I'm glad I wasn't a Saturn diehard.
Yeah, you didn't want to be a Saturn kid. I'm sorry.
They didn't get Sonic.
No.
They almost got Sonic like 3 times, but
I
they
know.
didn't get Sonic.
Honestly, if I had to go back in time and you asked me if I wanted to be a PlayStation kid or an N64 kid, I would have a hard time deciding. Because PlayStation had
Oh yeah,
Final Fantasy,
yeah, they're
Metal Gear
pretty.
Solid, Resident Evil, Crash Bandicoot.
I go so far to say they're not even, but I mean you kind of need an N64 if you want to play the N64 stuff.
Yeah, you're playing Mario, Smash Bros, Zelda. But
But they're all so good, like you can't do without them. It's that kind of situation.
yeah, but PlayStation has basically all the Capcom games.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
PlayStation has everything else.
PlayStation has all the RPGs. Has I bet you I could almost make such a good case that you would like change your mind if you give me enough time. But I don't know, maybe not.
Change my mind about what?
Are you going N64?
No, I'm not.
Oh,
I was gonna say
whoops.
that
Quick time attack.
I was gonna say that overall the PlayStation ended up being superior.
Yeah,
Just as something to own over the other one.
yeah.
But you know, if you really cared, you'd have both, because you gotta play Smash and Ocarina of Time and
Yeah,
Mario 64.
I know.
Those are
I know.
they're the big 3.
It's hard to.
They're the ones.
It's hard, eh?
Yeah.
Trying to pick one.
Star Fox.
I think ultimately, if I was gonna be a PlayStation 2 or GameCube kid, I think I would pick PlayStation 2. Unfortunately, even though all my favorite games are on the GameCube, because PlayStation 2 has Grand Theft Auto, and it has Shadow of the Colossus,
Mm-hmm.
all the RPGs,
Yeah.
It has Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3.
Right.
It's crazy
Right.
what the PS2 has.
Yeah, you can't beat it.
I know, it sucks. I end up having to pick PlayStation every generation if I had to pick one because they just have everything. Even though my favorite games are on the Nintendo machines.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know what to tell you. So anyway, this game has cheat codes, which no game has anymore.
Nope.
But the cheat codes allowed me to unlock Daytona, Uma, and Uma 2. Daytona has max stats and everything. It's the mascot car for the series. Uma is the horse, and Uma 2 is an improved Uma. So I'm gonna try Uma 1.
I like how it's cast in shadow.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't have a face. Uma 2. I guess Uma 2 is like Rao's horse.
I
Fist of the
wonder.
North Star.
Yeah. I forget what his horse's name is, but
Max horse.
I got the really big horse in Breath of the Wild,
Mhm.
and I named it what Rao's horse was in
Oh,
Fist of the North Star.
I think it was like something King. King something. Black King.
No. You're probably confusing it with Rao's nickname. What was his name? His nickname was, what the heck? Keno or no, Kingo or something. His name,
Well, anyway,
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure Rao was called Keno. Like that's what the fans chanted. That's what his simps chanted.
Yeah, because I think in Japanese the suffix O means king, and Ken means punch. I think. So I think
Fist
he was
King.
He was the he called himself like the
Battle
King.
Fist of the King Star.
Yeah, it's more like fight or something. I don't know what the hell, but anyway, he didn't go by his given name of Rao, but.
This guy's just a pony.
Yeah.
Just normal horse. But he's still faster than Kerr, so...
Yeah, this is amazing how fast he is. I wonder what the...
Maybe since he's like... He's multiple horsepower, so maybe he's like 100 horses merged into one.
Yeah. No, he's
to
like
add more horsepower.
He's like Oblivion NPC style, like 1,000 NPCs standing in the exact same spot.
Oh, yeah.
Like this is a...
And they just compound each other.
Yeah, he's 1,000 horses standing in the exact same spot, doing the exact same thing. So he has 1,000 horsepower.
Hey, Daytona!
Epona.
Oh, yeah. I don't know what this part is. Vin.
I think I've been listening to it for a while. I think it might be breakneck speed, but I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Doesn't sound like that.
I wonder what the in-universe reason for it naming Uma is, and then I also wonder what the behind-the-scenes idea is. Like,
Yeah.
is Uma... Maybe one of the developers owned a horse called Uma.
Huh.
You never know, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
never.
why would you just pick a name like that?
Yeah.
Unless Uma is like Japanese for horse, but I never heard that. Uma does not sound like a Japanese word.
I've heard Uma being used for like unidentified mysterious animal. Like cryptids.
UMA
Yeah.
or something. I
But
don't know.
this is just a horse. Like it's a very special horse, but it's still a horse.
He's doing good.
He's
in second.
doing good, yeah.
This is the coolest music ever.
One day horse racing is going to be so corrupt that it's going to look like this.
Yeah,
Just one horse and a
there's
bunch of
so
cars.
much performance-enhancing drugs in
Yeah.
horse racing that horses just start racing in NASCAR.
Yeah.
And the car drivers are scared of getting trampled because they're so big that the big horse will just step on their rig and crush it.
Uh-huh.
And
And
they're so fast.
and the jockeys are just like a foot tall.
Yeah, They have performance-enhancing drugs to make them smaller
Yeah.
and thinner, so they don't weigh anything. And they're tiny little 1 foot tall gnome men.
Yeah. That is like.
They're hooked into the horse though, over neuron link. So they have a big helmet on that hooks into the back of the horse's brain, and they're in direct control.
Yeah. In terms of like,
which is controversial, by the way.
Yeah.
But I mean,
yeah, of course.
we're overlooking it. So.
In terms of like biology getting in the way of sports, like usually, you see someone using drugs and shit like that, using steroids, but like the weirdest thing I think you'll find is the jockey situation where since someone has to be riding a horse, you just find someone who's extremely small.
Yeah, you have to be tiny and aerodynamic. It's interesting. Yeah. It's interesting. There's not a lot of other things like that. And swimming, you need to be hydrodynamic.
Yeah.
But equestrian's
no boobies.
Yeah.
I wonder how the swimming like community feels about tits.
I don't know. I wonder.
Like, that's an interesting question.
If you pretend that you got breast cancer to get them cut off in female swimming, is that cheating?
Well, you can just get a breast reduction.
Well, is that cheating?
You just get that normally.
I don't know.
Well, people do
what
that.
What if I was in swimming and I got like body widening or something? Like, did you ever see Michael Phelps? Like that
foot widening?
That swimmer who was like really unbelievably good, and you look at his body, he's built like a paddle.
Oh,
like
wow.
His whole body is super wide and
Oh.
thin. He's super thin and wide, Michael Phelps, and scientists were saying like this is the best body you can have for swimming. And that's why nobody can beat him.
That's the thing. Biology gets in the way.
Well, yeah,
you're some kind of mutant.
Yeah, I mean,
I
often thought
surfs on the water.
I often thought like, just thinking to myself like, what would it be like if what if they just legalized all performance-enhancing drugs? What would sports be like? Just thinking about it, and well, I mean, there's a certain case to be made
like
for
Cyberpunk.
it because there's a case to be made for it because you know, maybe it doesn't matter. Like maybe the sanctity of the sport isn't important. Maybe what's important about the sport is the spectator value of the craziness of it. Because I mean, probably in the beginning of sports, I bet you there was nothing you couldn't do to try to get an advantage. So people were probably going to priests to get blessed and shit, like, and that was their performance enhancing drug, right? And they believed it probably in that just as much as you believe in taking steroids.
Yeah.
Right. So were they trying to ban that? I don't know, but I wonder sometimes if you just let sports scientists do whatever they want to their athletes. What would happen? It would be, you know what I compare it to?
Yeah.
Remember when like Gary Kasparov was beaten by Deep Blue? He wasn't beaten by Deep Blue. He was beaten by thousands of programmers and stuff.
Yeah.
Like Deep Blue is a team that took a bunch of time to make, right? You know, maybe sports could be like that one day. Maybe instead of being John Doe, you're actually representing a team of 100 scientists, and you're just going in there, and you're a massive mountain of meat, and you're just like, let's do this. And you go in there, and you grab the football, and you squeeze the football so hard it blows up. Dang it, not again.
There's an anime about that, something like that, called Megalobox, where people, it's like boxing, but people equip like the most advanced like upper torso frames that they can find, and they represent their own tech company. Like I think each one, like each of the top fighters represent the tech company that designed their like biosuit.
Yeah.
And it only covers the arms. Like it's just it's like Jax in
Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat.
Okay, cool.
Just like robo arms.
Yeah, maybe that's what sports should be.
But of course, like the main character doesn't wear it.
Yeah.
And he risks his life in every single match. And
oh my god.
But you know, fighting spirit is more important than surviving.
Yeah, in Japan, it's the will to win is what lets you beat. Is what lets you beat $1 million of R&D.
I think the best I think the like top player in Megalobox was basically a cyborg.
Mm-hmm.
He had the frame just embedded in his skin.
How do you beat him? You don't, really.
Well, I mean, he's got the best tech. He's the best fighter, and he has the best tech. That's why he's unstoppable. And that's kind of what you're talking about. Like, the tech is important, too. Kind of interesting.
Yeah.